Hello everyone, welcome back to Bombe. Bombe? Don't know, still don't know. As I mentioned in the first video, I did get a review copy of this game. I mean, it's like $5 on Steam. I would have just bought it, but okay. I didn't know about the game until the developer said, "Hey, do you want a copy?" And I said, "Sure." So, be forewarned. I've been bribed by $5. But obviously, anyway. So we're playing this game. It's Minesweeper, where you have to teach the computer to understand Minesweeper as well as you do, instead of actually playing it yourself. And there's a slight change from how things looked last episode, because this number now says 4 instead of 100. I was chatting briefly with the developer in between episodes, who reminded me that you can double-click a level subset to run all your current rules against all the levels there. So I did that just to see what would happen, and it was like, oh, okay, sure. This region, I guess, was size 200 when we started. We had solved 100 of them, so it said 100 at the end of last episode. When I double-clicked it, it ran all of my rules against it and found we solved all but 4. So while the 101st or 102nd level or something like that is this one, and it did require us to write a new rule, which we haven't written, many of the levels after this are solved by just the rules we had already written. So now there's fewer levels for us to do. Anyway, we're about to do our first rule that involves 3 regions, because there's nothing you can do with an overlap of any one region in this puzzle. What you have to do is notice that there's only one mine here and only one mine here, so for this 3 to be satisfied, this space will have to be a mine. And we can teach the computer about that by adding these regions to the rule constructor. And, oh jeez. Okay, so I think what we're saying, yeah, is that, I mean, I really don't care about the sizes, oops, no, of any of the regions except this one. If there's a size 1 region intersecting that doesn't overlap with a group of 1s, with 2 different regions of size 1, then it must be a mine. And that, I would think, I would have guessed, would solve everything, but it doesn't. Okay, cool. So we have to... Is this finally the time that I have to create a new region? Perhaps. Because now we have a 1 that is subsumed by a 2. So we can put a new region here that says, oh, there's only 1. Then that'll be subsumed. It'll be noticed by my rule for 1s. Actually, let me look at that rule again. I have a rule that says if there's 1s containing 1s, right? Show me the inspector on that guy. Yeah, this is correct. It is as general as it can be. Good. So I think we just say when this one and this are connected, yeah, when there's... Could I allow for this to have more space? No, right? Because if there were a space for a mine here, then we could say there's at most 1 mine here, and therefore at least 1 here. But we couldn't say there's exactly 1 here. But I can say I don't care about the size of these regions. I just want to... Fuck. How do I... How do I say that this region should become a new region? I want to do that here. Can I, like, say 1 and put it there? I want to click like this. I can't. Action. Oh, mark as 1? Ah, okay. I think I figured that out last episode, but didn't click it, and I had since forgotten. So I think that'll turn this into a new region of size 1. Nope. Why not? This didn't happen. What does it mean that I did this then? Edit rule. There's not something I can do right now that would actually mark a mine, right? In any specific place, or mark a clear space for that matter. Obviously, as a human, I can see there are no mines in these two spaces, because there has to be one here. But I want to tell the computer that one of these is a mine. I can't tell it any one specific space is a mine or is not a mine without taking 2 steps at once. So I want to make this a region of size 1. I don't think I can do anything with this region and this region overlapping, right? I mean, I guess I could. But what does this do? Oh, did I see. I marked the wrong place. I marked their intersection as size 1. I wanted to put it here. Say that's size 1. Update? There we go. Good. What the heck is happening here? Alright, go away. We have this one and this one overlapping, but not in any interesting ways that I can see. This 3... Huh. What would I do to make progress here? I guess what's going on is that we're going to find there's no mine here. Because this 3 has to put at most 2 of its mines into these 2 spaces, right? Obviously, there's only 2 spaces, so you can only put 2 mines in. Which means at least one of these 2 has a mine. And both of them are touching this. So whichever one of them gets the mine, there can't be one here. Okay. By the way, I wish these colors were a little different. Like, they are a little different, but not different enough. It's like pale blue and pale teal. I can't... It's hard for me to tell which one I've already added to the rule constructor. I just have to remember, and it's kind of hard when they're, like, right on top of each other. So anyway, when there's a size 2 region for 3s, touching 2 1s... The overlap being, I think, any size, right? Or that, you know, no matter what size this region is, or this region, I don't care about that. If it somehow overlapped twice with this, we'd still have to put a mine into one of those 2 spaces. I don't care how big that is. I don't care how big this is. This is what I care about. If the overlap is exactly size 1, then... Oh, and I think I don't care about this either. If there's some place where all 3 of them overlap. Oh, maybe I do. If all 3 of them overlapped somewhere, wouldn't that make this untrue? No. I think as long as there's one space where the 1s overlap but the 3 doesn't, and there's 2 spaces... Well, no, hang on. Right, I'm saying there's only 2 spaces I can put a mine that don't touch either of the 1s. In that case, I must touch one of the 1s. I don't care where. But if there's a place that touches both 1s and not any of these 2 3s, then it can't be a... It can't be a mine, not it must be a mine. Right? So that seems okay. Let's hit okay and see how that goes. Good. We have obtained a star. Great. Let's see how we do down here. Larger grid, but not more complicated. All right, faster, please. I mean, presumably we solve most of these because it's not more complicated. But okay, there's some interaction here that we didn't handle yet. What's going on? Is this... Oh, this is the 2 version of the rule we just wrote with 3s, right? There can only be one mine that's not touching any of them. Therefore, this can't be a mine. Yeah, okay. So we'll just write the same rule again. And I think... Oh, fuck, which one did I already put in? Good. And I think... just the question marks go in the same places, right? Oh, can I... I wanted the 2... I don't know, just for symmetry, it was nice when the 2 was the rule down here that felt different somehow, but whatever, it's fine. So if there's only one place to put one of these mines, then no matter how big the overlaps are... I think... What is... This is the place that we're going to be marking as not a mine. And I think I don't care how big that area is either, right? If these ones overlapped in 2 places, there could be no mines in any of them either. Yeah. So this place... Again, I don't care how big it is. It's kind of like this. And I still don't think I care about any of this stuff. I just care that there's a 2 that can only place one of its mines touching none of the ones. Then the place where the 2 ones touch and don't touch the 2, there can't be any mines there. I think that's all true. So if I go back and look at the rule I just wrote for 3s, was it less general? I think so. This space here. So can't I just make this a question mark? That's the place where the 3 and the 1s intersect. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care how big that region is either. Let's just rerun that test though. So we're solving future levels that we haven't like gotten to yet because there's a level in the way like that we need a new rule for. But I told it go ahead and retest everything, which includes the ones we haven't gotten to yet. Just like I said happened at the beginning for this area. So it looks like there's 4 levels left here that aren't handled by... that need at least 1 new rule total between them. Okay, get out of here. What is happening? Well, this interaction up here looks important. Yeah, if there's a 2... Okay. So... There's a 2 touching... let's say... There's a 2 that is completely subsumed within 2 separate regions of size 1. So there's nothing here. So this 0 is important. But I don't care how big the 1s or the overlaps, or frankly, the places where the 1s overlap with each other but don't include the 2 are. Um, what I can do is say this is now going to be a new region of size 1, where... And I want to put 1s in 2 of these regions. I don't know if this is allowed. But where the 2 overlaps with either of the 1s. Like put a 1 there and a 1 there. Ah, that is allowed! Okay, nice. So that's a new region. No, wait. That's not what I want. I don't want a line between them. I want 2 separate regions, each of size 1. But I think putting 1 down is going to solve that problem for me. Probably? At least for this puzzle. Ooh, we haven't seen any 6s before. We just need a new rule for 6s, right? So if there are 6 mines in a region of size 6, then they're all bombs. What's happening? This 3 seems like a focal point. Because it has to touch either this region... Well, that's not interesting. It has to touch either this region or this region. Which means at least one of these 2 is a mine. And therefore... What? At least one of these 2 isn't a mine, but I knew that. There's a 1 there. Or no, that's not quite right. At least one of this and this is not a mine. What good does that do me? I think I'm going to be creating some new region here somehow, right? Or... I mean... One thing I could do, I'm not sure what it would accomplish, but I could certainly draw a 1 between here... Oh, can I just... Okay. When I click, it gives me a different cursor, but doesn't do it. Oh, right-clicking did something. Oh, because I clicked on this. Get out of here. I could say this area has 1 mine. I'm not sure that would accomplish anything, but it would certainly, like, not be harmful. So let's just say this region. I guess I do need more regions. No, wait. Put this in the rule constructor. And like this also, and this also. So I'm going to put a bunch of don't cares in here. And basically say, when there's a 3 that only has space, that when there's... No, that's not quite true, is it? I don't want all of these don't cares. When... When there's a 3 that touches 2 other regions, and the size of its not touching them... Oh no, hang on, this is not quite true. I was going to say I could draw a 1 here, but obviously there could be 2 mines in this area. I don't know why I thought there could only be 1. Because these regions say 1, but that it's only size 1 in the part of the overlap. So, okay, this doesn't make sense. I could say, for example, I could draw a region, I think, that says size 1 or more between these two. I don't think that's very interesting, but I'd like to see if I can. So... I think I could do that, right? Say there's at least 1 mine in these 2? That's not helpful. Illogical. Hey. What do you mean? Oh, no, I see. Hang on, not there. Where would I put it? In... If the place where the 3 doesn't overlap with anything is exactly size 2, then I see. The place where the 3 overlaps with one of them, which is here, and the place where the 3 overlaps with the other one of them, which is here. No, this doesn't seem... 1 plus 1 is 3? Why illogical? Yeah, I think I put this in the wrong place, maybe. Okay, go back. This isn't even going to solve this puzzle, but I'm trying to understand my own understanding a little better here. Can I, like, just clear this or something? How do I don't want to take this action anymore. There's a region of size 3. And there's a size 2 where it doesn't overlap with any of them. I mean, I guess I can just put some 1s back, right? Say this overlap is also size 1, right? Then I should be able to say there's at least 1 mine in the region, like, right? I can do this? Why are you mad? I don't understand. Why illogical? You're saying there could be 2 mines in the 3, and 1 mine... Oh, I put this in the wrong fucking place again. It goes here. Okay, you're still mad. There could be a mine where they all overlap. Okay, that's true, actually. Let's say there's no place where they all overlap, though. Oops. Also, did I put this in the wrong place? I did. Hang on. Ah, no, my rule! Undo? Thank you. What I meant, I think, was to say that they overlap with size 1. Then there's at least 1 mine between the 2 of these, right? Like, I can do that. Okay, wow, amazing. This does not help at all, but I made a region and I wrote down something true. And it seemed like that was... I mean... This inference, I think, is an important part of solving this puzzle for me. Because I would say, at least one of these 2 spaces has a mine. But I don't know what the next actual step is. And maybe it doesn't involve writing down this inference. Maybe I have to do something more lower level, I guess. But I wanted to see, finally, I made a new region in a way that was true. Well, I guess for the second time, because I made that region of 2 that was composed of 2 1s. So... there's just so many 1s drawn all over the board, it's confusing. What does it mean, 61% of current level, by the way? I don't know. So, like, can I just solve this as a human being without even, like, trying to... Well, I have to explain to YouTube and to myself what the rules I'm thinking about are. But without trying to find a single-step solution, can I find a multi-step solution? So there's at least one mine among these two spaces, which I wrote down. I'm pretty sure we can ignore this rule. It doesn't interact with anything interesting. It's going to be solved by this connection here. So what that means is this region and this region combined, there's at least one mine in them. Okay, here's a question. Could both of these be mines? I suspect the answer will be no, because if it were yes, I'm not sure what would happen. But let's say it were yes and try to disprove it, right? If this was a mine, and this was a mine, there'd be no mines here, because of this rule, and no mine here because of this rule. Then, to satisfy this rule, there'd have to be a mine here and a mine here. So that actually seems totally fine, right? Wait, sorry. There would be a mine here and therefore no mine here. But that's fine. Could there be... So it seems like it's possible for these to both be mines, which is interesting. If it's possible and the solution is uniquely solvable, it must be true. So let's see if we can show why there can't be just one of them. If, let's say, just this one were a mine, then there'd be no mine here, there'd be a mine here, there'd be no mine here, there'd be a mine here. So maybe we're not even using this 3 at all for our current puzzle. All right, I'm gonna go get rid of this rule because I can write it down later if I want, and I don't yet have any rules that deal with one or mores. I don't know. I mean, let's leave it in. Maybe one day, presumably one day, I'll come to a puzzle where this is like maybe sort of useful, and then I can write a cool rule where like, oh, if there's a rule with one or more that coincides exactly with a region of size 1, then you can put the mine into the one or more and clear the others, right? Anyway, so I'll leave that in. But it seems like it might actually just be this chain of ones that's somehow causing everything to happen. Because I concluded that if this one was a mine, this one would have to be a mine, and I didn't refer to this 3 rule at all. So I guess just like put all this in the rule editor. Okay. Now, what if this were not a mine? If this were not a mine, this would be, this wouldn't, this would, and this wouldn't. So, really, what I've somehow concluded is that these two are the same. But I don't quite see how to write that. They're either both mines or both not mines. Combined with the 1 plus that I came up with, I could say, they must both be mines then. But I also don't really know how to write down, like, what connectivity it is about these that means that... Because really what I have is... No, that's not true. What's interesting about this geometry? There's 5 total spaces, bridged by 4... ringed, let's say, by 4 regions of size 1, each square containing 2 such rules. Well, except this one isn't, right? This rule... Okay, I can show the rule that made it. That's nice. I can change the color. Okay. So this region, can I like... let's just change... There's not a lot of options, huh? Okay, whatever. There's some kind of like ripple effect. Yeah, like... Maybe I don't even need all 4 of these. Because if this connection to this is kind of interesting, right? It means if I have a mine here, then I must also have a mine here. And if there's no mine here, then there's no mine here. Sure. I didn't need quite so long a chain, just any 2 of these. But how would I write that? So if I cancel... What's happening? Go to rule constructor? Alright, get out of here. So if I just put this region and this region, is there something I can write down that's interesting? So like... I guess, so... What does the game think these numbers mean? I guess it doesn't matter what the game thinks they mean. Because I'm the one who's marking mines. But it tells me, you know, this means 4 or 6, right? So... I guess what I can do is say, for example... I can create a new region if... Like, what I want to do is put a 0 or 2 region from here to here. And I can certainly do that if I want by doing this, right? That's correct. But it's only... I don't know for sure if it's correct. No, well... I don't know if I can put any question marks in, right? I think I can, though. As long as... Well... Can I put question marks in all 3 of the region sizes? No. I need this to be an overlap of size 1 or more, don't I? Well, if it were an overlap of size 0, then there'd definitely be 2 mines, right? I wouldn't... There wouldn't be an overlap. I'd just have 2 different ones with... Okay. So... I don't know how this is getting me to a solution to this puzzle, but it seems like a good thing to write down. And maybe after I've done that, I'll move on to a different puzzle type. Well, I'll probably just end the episode, in fact. But, so, these regions... if the overlap is 1 or more, or indeed even if it's size 0, I think this is all true. How about the size of this region? I really don't care. So I think I could do this, right? Like, this... This seems like it's gonna write a lot of clues down that I don't care about most of the time, but there you go. Amazing. Oh, but can I, like... In the help, because I don't really want to write that down most of the time, I can do this, right? I want it to be, like, hidden but still used by rules, because I don't want to see all these most of the time, right? But I don't think I have that option yet. Like, that must be a thing that's unlocked. So I think I'm just going to delete this rule. How do I do that? This rule. So this is a cool rule, I think. But until... It doesn't seem like it's quite the solution to this puzzle. If I just double click, is it gonna, like... Yeah, okay. So this also doesn't seem right. I'm not quite sure I have the vocabulary to describe what's going on with this level yet. So we're gonna leave 1 unsolved in this region and move on to somewhere else tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.